Oh man, I bought these. I wanted to switch it up. Jolly Rancher gummies. I bought them. I wanted to switch it up. I usually get the Lifesaver gummies. Wanted to switch it up. Then like, there's a sweet science to being a good gummy candy. First thing, top of the list, even before taste, is the consistency and the amount of sticky that your candy has. All right, because now I gotta go through 1.8 pounds. That sounds terrible. We gotta do better in America. But I gotta go through this whole bag and do what I was just doing, picking the candy out of my teeth because your gummy is too thick.
What?
Pause!
Pause. But yeah, consistency. It's too thick. I need a thinner, like, more chewy gummy. It needs to be more chewy. This is just, it's not even, it just gets into, I don't know what it is, but it just gets into the teeth, and then you gotta pick it out, and it's stuck, and that's no good for anybody. That's just a taxing time. And I would give this to someone who, maybe someone on the street, but I wouldn't want to do that because they might not have the dental coverage to be able to handle that. And I don't want them out. I don't want a homeless person who's already down on their luck to be getting the cavities and needing a root canal, because that's just pain. I've never had a cavity, which I guess leads into root canals. Never had one of those, but I'm guessing it hurts. I'm guessing it's not the most pleasant thing to have to go through. But yeah, welcome back. Life will leak. What an intro. What an intro. What else would you guys expect? We'd expect a weekly episode and not one episode a month, maybe even 2 months. Listen, Linda. Listen. All right. You know what's crazy? There are episodes that I record that I just never put out and release. But I'm recording this on a Wednesday. I'm about to edit it as soon as I get done. And then you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna hop on YouTube and I'm gonna stream. I'm not gonna stream UFC online because my internet is too trash for that. And I'm also doing it only through my laptop. Everything's going through my laptop. It doesn't have a monitor to deflect to, nothing. And I got my laptop before I came into my freshman year of college, and it was on a budget. So the RAM and all the things that you need, the i7, the dual core processor, it's the quad core processor, all that, it's not that. So not the best thing to be streaming on online. Latency on the stream, which means I'm lagging. Even if it's just not good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stream MLB, the show. I'm going to start a new one. Make a picture. I guess I didn't know before I bought the game. I didn't know that you had to do a two-way player. I was like, I just want to play shortstop. Like, I don't really want to, you want to pitch. I pitched one time. I was like, I'm not doing this. Pitching is really easy on that game. Sometimes pitching is pretty easy on that game. But yeah, I'm going to go through the whole two-way player, thing. I think I'm going to do an outfielder this time since I just did a shortstop offline. And with the shortstop, I was doing really, I started off okay. Then I started slumping bad. And then I put the reticle thing on, so you got to move it to where you think the ball's going to go, and then you hit it. I had that on. And I usually don't have it on. I usually do directional. I just put it up and wherever the pull is. So right-handed, it'd be up and left, so I could pull it left. Smack, bombs, pure dingers. What are you talking about? Or left-handed, up and to the right, so I can pull it that way. But when I do the reticle, I hit for a lot more contact, and I don't hit homers. It's rare. I get a lot of singles, maybe some doubles. My guy's not that fast right now. Sometimes I stretch it to a triple, but it's like, hey, we're trying to. So that was in double A. So I put that on, turned the reticle on, started going on a couple hit streaks, got the Got the average up around the 270s, 280s, maybe into the 300. I think I got it up into the 300s, being honest. And then I turned the reticle back on. I was like, I want to hit some bombs. You feel me? I want to hit some dingers. That's because chicks dig the long ball. I needed to hit some long balls. So I turned reticle off, went back to directional, pulling it left, pulling it out to left field, hitting dingers. No doubters. My guy's pimping them. Looking at the picture like, yeah, I did that. That you're the reason. You're the reason I just smacked that 400 plus feet out the minor double A ballpark. You're the reason I'm going to get promoted to AAA. But I was in double A the whole season. Then I got promoted. I was in double A for like a couple games. Next season, got promoted to AAA. And I'm doing terrible in AAA. Oh my gosh. Like I cannot get out of I'm not out of the 100s for average right now. I think I'm probably sitting around like 170. It's bad. I've hit a few homers, but the contact I'm striking out a lot. Like I just can't figure it out. It's just going through one of those slumps, you know. Just going one of them ones, you feel me? And it's like a couple of days. If it's a video game, I'm talking like I'm actually going out and hitting the ball and playing in like a men's league or something. No, I'm sitting here where you see me right now in front of the TV that is under the camera, and I can't do it. I can sometimes, but struggling. So yeah, I might stream that. Yeah, so by the time you hear this, the stream's already over. If I did stream, but you can go back and watch it. It'll be on the channel. Yeah, I might stream some more sometimes. I don't know if I want to do it on YouTube or on Twitch. I will put my Twitch link in the description if you want to go follow me on there. But yeah, I definitely gained a lot of respect for people who do Twitch and YouTube streaming because it's a lot of stuff you got to focus on at one time outside of just playing the game. But I guess if you because you can get it to where it's already set up to where you don't have to, might have to do a couple tweaks. But just setting it up was difficult for me, especially on a computer that's not built for that. Yeah, it was a little difficult. And I definitely have, there's two YouTubers who I watch their UFC videos. Martial Mind, I watch his sometimes. And I probably... trying to say if I should watch some of his more. He might be a little too advanced for me to watch more and be like, try to replicate what he's doing. I don't know. I might watch his more because I like watching it. Hope you guys like the glasses. They're my dad's. I think I stole them. I think he used them for for a costume party one time. But who I watch every time, isn't it? His channel name is DManUnt, and it's 2014 maybe. But yeah, I watch all his UFC videos. They're all pretty dope. He's pretty good. He says he's average, but he's pretty good. But I definitely gained like a new respect for people who him and Martial Mind, because it's like you watch it and they make it look kind of easy, but you play it and it's just different. Like I know more controls in the game than I don't know. If that makes sense. I'm not trying to say I'm good at the game. I'm not trying to say I'm pretty bad at it online. I'm pretty bad at the game. But I can do some things. Like I think the point to where I need to get better is just tactical. So I need to stop acting like I'm really good at the game. When I knock someone down, I don't care how cheesy it is. I need to go. I need to go for the full. I just need to dive in and finish it because I get a couple of knockdowns. I start feeling good, and it's like 2K. 2K, you could be on your high horse the whole time, but at a certain point, 2K is just like, nah, you're not winning this game, bro. You start missing everything. They start knocking everything down. They come back, boom. Now you lost. UFC is kind of similar. You can get a lot of you can get 7 knockdowns. Your opponent gets 1 rock. The next time they rock you, flash KO. and that's extremely tough. Like, I've done it. I've been the one who was getting knocked down and then got the knockout. I've been the one getting knocked down, or the one knocking down, and then I get knocked out, and it's a very enraging feeling, but it's fun at the same time. Like sucking at that game is terrible, but it's not like a terrible me sucking at 2K, because I don't suck at 2K. Okay, I haven't played 2K21 at all. Haven't even touched the next gen console controller, but I'm pretty sure I could beat some people in 2K, just because. And that's how it's always been. I never really play like 5-on-5 modes, but if someone plays me in 2K, I'm confident that I can beat them. I won't tell them that, oh yeah, I'm going to beat you, but I'm still like confident I could beat them. Just because I know basketball and I've been playing 2K games. But UFC, I'm still learning things about the actual sport of MMA and the video game. And of course, in video games, it's never going to be exactly like, real life. Like 2K, there's a bunch of stuff. Stuff happens every possession where you're like, that's not happening in real life. Or there's stuff where you see it in real life a lot. And I think 2K is probably a little better at it. And you wish you could do it in the game. So for example, in UFC, one thing that I've been thinking about a lot, like I want to try, because I haven't played UFC in like 2 weeks. I want to try to see if you can actually do it. And it came to my mind because Michael Chandler's fighting Charles Oliveira, which we'll get into after I finish ranting about stuff that I didn't want to talk about, didn't plan on talking about. So when Michael Chandler knocked out Dan Hooker, I don't want to talk about the whole fight, but what knocked him out was he's in orthodox. So orthodox, left hand forward, left foot forward, right hand, right foot back. Southpaw, you switch it. Conor McGregor, very famous southpaw fighter. So he has the big left. That's his thing. He'll just sit back, wait for you to throw something, boom, left, KO, fight's over. But anyways, Michael Chandler, short, 5'8". I think he probably he fights 155. I think he probably weighs around 190, if that. He's a very built guy, I'll say. But the way he knocked out Dan Hooker, he went down he went to a right hook to the body. It was either right hook or a right straight to the body. I'm not sure. Either way, it's no fun. But he ducked down, level change, right to the body, and he brought his right foot forward when he did that, so he could switch it to southpaw, because he followed it up. So at this point, he's in southpaw, boom, because he threw the punch there, down, left foot is back, so he can switch the power hand to his left, boom, comes over top with the left, hits Dan Hooker on the chin, TK, he pounces on him, ground and pound, knockout. Michael Chandler jumps up on the cage, backflip, everything. Great post-fight interview happens, boom, now he's in the lightweight title shot with Charles Oliveira. But yeah, I wish I could do that in UFC 4, because it looks really cool, even though I would try it and I'd get met with an uppercut from the gods and I would be instantly knocked out, because that's just the luck that I have in combat video games and shooters and everything of the sort. I have terrible video game luck, but sometimes I have good. I guess that's just life. All right. Enough of this. Yeah. UFC 262. Chandler versus Charles Oliveira. Michael Chandler, Bellator champion. One UFC fight, 20 plus pro MMA fights. The new guy on the scene. He was in Bellator for about 10 years. I don't know if he was in Bellator for 10 years or if he was just outside of the UFC for 10 years. But I know he ran Bellator, like he was the face of that thing. Like I just went over, knocked out Dan Hooker, who was a formidable opponent. He was also the backup fighter for the Khabib Gaethje. Yeah. Gaethje was last. Gaethje was Khabib's last fight. So he was the backup fighter for that. Of course, didn't fight because neither of them missed weight or anything happened to him. So, why did I just say that? Was I just giving... I don't know why I said that. I guess I was just giving background information. But either way, it's either here nor there. Okay, whatever. Yeah, that's Michael Chandler. All right, now switch over. He's a wrestler, Division I wrestler. I don't know if he was ever a national champion. Probably. Division I wrestler. That's his thing. Wrestler, very, very hard puncher. Versus Charles Oliveira, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Most submissions in UFC history, regardless of any gender, any division, just top of that list in history. He's been in the UFC for 10 years, 30 now, came in when he was 20, or he's 31, came in when he was 21, either one. Been in the UFC for 10 years, so it makes sense, not makes sense, because that's still pretty crazy that you've been in the UFC for 10 years. You've been at the top of the MMA leagues, per se, for 10 years. That's still really, really good. But yeah, he's a submission specialist who his hands have gotten better. His hands have gotten a lot better. And hands have gotten better. I say things without a plan of going forward. I say things without a plan. His hands have gotten better. I have rewatched the Tony Ferguson fight. Before I really knew who people were, I watched the Tony Ferguson Charles Oliveira fight live, and I was like, man, he's piecing him up a little bit. Then the thing where he almost broke his arm. Did he break his arm? Did he not? Not really. But yeah, he dominated that fight. I want to go back and watch some other Charles Oliveira fights because I bought the UFC Fight Pass, which is probably one of my better investments lately. I feel like I have Hulu. I feel like I'm going to be watching UFC Fight Pass more than I watch Hulu or Netflix. I bought it and I was just watching UFC fights. Like when I had free time, UFC fight. In the shower, UFC fight. Laying down before bed, UFC fight. So yeah, about that fight, I think I'm gonna go with Michael Chandler. I really like Michael Chandler, honestly. Just pure pressure like that. If you watch the Dan Hooker fight, he was just walking down Dan Hooker the whole time. Hooker was just on his bicycle, like all the way around the ring the whole time, just going side to side. Chandler was just walking him down. But, you're going to go this way? I'm following you. You can go this way? I'm following you. Punches to the body. Think he might have threw a front kick. He did throw a front kick in there right before he got the finish. But I don't know if he hits hard. Like he's a really hard. Like he's small, compact, super strong. He looks like he hits really hard. Charles Oliveira, also not a bad striker. Like I said, his hands have gotten better. I don't know where I want to go with it though, because I don't know if it'll get to the ground. If it does, I don't know. Because this is the thing. It's like, how many wrestlers are really going to get caught in a submission like that? Well, experienced wrestlers who are now experienced in the UFC. I'm sure a lot of wrestlers get caught in submissions because when you're that high a level of jiu-jitsu grappler, you're just sneaky with everything. You can catch people doing anything. So I kind of want to see it go to the ground at least once. I need this fight to go at least 3 rounds. Not because I have any money on anything, but I just want to see it pass through different phases. So I want to see it. It's obviously every MMA fight starts on the feet. So obviously it's going to start there. I want to see it get to the ground. I don't know. I want to see Chandler. No. I mean, if Chandler takes down Oliveira, that means he's probably about to just start bashing his face in. But if he's in his guard and you're trying to bash his face in, you get that arm caught in there. Now you got the arm bar. They got the arm, not the arm triangle, but a regular triangle. That's why it's pretty interesting. Once you kind of learn type of things that you can do in the ground gets more entertaining. Unless you're watching the I want to call him Yuri Prohashka, but Jan Blachowicz, Izzy Adesanya fight, or Derek Brunson, Kevin Holland, or Kevin Holland, Marvin Vettori. Those weren't really fun fights to watch on the ground because they weren't really doing much. They weren't looking for submissions. They were just doing pure submission, pure just scoring on the fact that you're not getting up off the ground. So those are kind of boring. I guess you can call it. I get it. You're doing it so you can get the win, and by all means, dude, you're not here to entertain. You're kind of here to entertain, but you're there to get a dub. You're there to get your win. So by all means, do what you got to do to feel like you can get the victory. I was gonna say it's like in football, if there was just running teams, just run the ball the whole time, just run it down your throat if you stop it. But I mean, that can in turn be exciting at the same time. Like, but I guess it'd be like I don't know, because I feel like that's pretty boring for everybody, you know. Like, I feel like that's a boring fight for anybody to just watch someone go to the ground and just kind of hold the position, not really try to pass, not really try to do any ground and pound, not really look for any submission. Just, all right, I'm in half guard. I'm just gonna lay on your chest, not let you pass the full, or if you pass the full, I'm not gonna let you get up. I'm not gonna do anything, but I'm not gonna let you get up. That can get pretty boring. I feel like that's understandable to be boring. But yeah, so if it goes to the ground, I hope it's not that. I don't think it will be. I think Michael Chandler is too much of an entertaining fighter to do that. Same thing with Charles Oliveira, but I don't think Charles Oliveira has the size to do that to Michael Chandler. Like when you saw it in the Brunson fight, or either of the 2 Kevin Holland fights and the Izzy versus Jan fight, the person who was the one holding position was the bigger fighter in both of those. They kind of just laid on him. But yeah, I think if Charles gets to the ground, even if he's on top, like in the Tony T. Ferg fight, he was throwing some shots down there. Like, he was trying to get him out of there. Throwing some shots, throwing some submissions. It's just, T. Ferg is just one tough dude. Like, I also watched his fight with Justin Gaethje, and that was a brutal fight to watch, because like, you're watching it, T. Ferg is shaking his head, blowing his nose on the ground, like, not blowing his nose, because you're not supposed to blow your nose when your nose is broken and it's bleeding, because then you can't stop it. Either can't stop the bleeding, or you can't breathe out of the nose anymore. But yeah, that was a brutal fight, man. Like, it was a war, but Justin Gaethje was tagging him, and you could tell it was hurting him, but he's such a warrior, he's not going down. So yeah, I guess I'll pick Michael Chandler. If I had to put money on it, I'm gonna pick Michael Chandler. I wish I wasn't like this as a fan. I'm like, oh, I like this guy. I like how he fights. I like how this guy fights. And what does the UFC do? Let's make them fight. Let's make them fight, so you don't know who you want to pick. There's obvious now. This is going to be obvious. I was going to say there hasn't been a lot of press for Oliveira this week. Oh, excuse me. Not a lot of press for Oliveira this week. Not even on like the UFC embedded, really. Of course, he got his shine on the UFC countdown, but I said it's obvious because Oliveira isn't an English speaker. He's from Brazil, doesn't speak English, which isn't why they aren't giving him time. Well, could be, but I'm talking about like interviews and stuff. So it just wouldn't be the greatest interview for like Ariel Helwani, Brett Akamoto? I think that's how you say it. But things like that. This is not going to be the greatest interview. We have to speak through a translator the whole time. But he should start popping up in the embeddeds more. I think the whole episode 3, he wasn't in it. I don't know if that's because he was in Brazil. I'm not sure. I'm going to go back and watch them. See like if they went to Brazil. Because I know they were there for the countdown. They were in Brazil. But I'm going to go back and watch a couple of them. I mean, there's only 3 out, so I can watch all 3 of them. But I'm going to go back and watch and see how much time Charles Oliveira is getting on those things. And of course, maybe he doesn't want a lot of time on them. And maybe he didn't get a lot of time on the last ones he was on. But yeah. But he's not getting a lot of press run for this. And given it's only Wednesday. I mean, sheesh, it's Wednesday. When are they going? They're going to do the. Are they having they gotta have a press conference. Probably have the press conference when? Tomorrow, Thursday. Come back, weigh-ins on Friday. Fight on Saturday. Yeah, press conference tomorrow, Thursday. Weigh-ins on Friday. Fight on Saturday. So I mean, there's not much time for him to get a lot of press, and I'm sure he's getting like. I'm sure on the UFC Brazil page, I'm sure he's getting some burn. Obviously, the Latin-speaking countries probably seeing him a lot more. And I'm sure they aren't seeing much Michael Chandler over there. So, I mean, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense now that I kind of think about it. So, yeah. Michael Chandler. Charles Oliveira. I want to give... Oh... See, because I like both of them, so I want to say it's going to go to decision. Give me a split decision. You guys pick for me. But, I don't know, because I could definitely see Chandler taking Oliveira and just taking him into the deep waters and drowning him, man. I could see that happening. Maybe like by round 3, it's just tough, and he's just beating him. Oh, man. But he's such a... Chandler, he's such a pressure fighter. Like, I feel like... I don't know if it would take him 3 rounds to... Or, I wanted to say 4, round 4, you get him out of there. But I don't know if it would take him 4 rounds, man. If he's beating you, he's gonna beat you up. And I guess the knock on Charles Oliveira was in his past before he went on this... it's either 8 or 9 wins. 8 or 9 fight win streak. He had some times where people think he quit. He just kind of gave up. Like, I'm not winning this. Give up. So, and the kind of the book on that is you can't really get rid of that. You can suppress it. You can put it down a lot, but given the right circumstances, it can come back. So, I don't know. It's interesting. Cause I definitely think I'd be rooting for Michael Chandler. I like Michael Chandler as a guy. I like personal life. I like how he talks, I like his energy, I like how he fights. I remember at work before his Dan Hooker fight, I watched some of his Bellator highlights and I was like, man, this guy's kind of a problem. This guy's kind of a problem. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Chandler. Let's say late round 3, he gets him out of there TKO. I don't think it'll be a 1-punch knockout. I don't even want to, man. Because, like, I would hate to see that for Charles Oliveira. I would hate to see it. But I think that's how it could go. 3rd round, TKO. Michael Chandler gets the dub. And we see him at the top. And then he'll fight Dustin Poirier after that. if Dustin Poirier wins. Which, I don't want to talk about that fight, but I'm talking about his opponent. I will talk about his opponent. On the card, though, this was supposed to be Leon Edwards and Nate Diaz, which is a beautiful fight, which they just moved it to June 12th with Izzy Vittori and Brandon Moreno, Davison Figueiredo. If you are watching this and you don't really know about MMA or you don't really watch UFC, please, 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 I don't even know if you can find it, but email me, or not email me. Why am I 47? Text me or get in contact with me, and I will send you my link to the Fight Pass, and I want you to watch. Or if you have ESPN Plus, you can go back. You can go on ESPN and go down to UFC, and you can watch every fight from like the UFCs that they have, like the UFC events that they've had. I don't remember exactly what card it was, but what UFC number it was. But Brandon Moreno versus Davison Figueiredo was one of the best fights that I've ever watched. Like, action, and it was a UFC, no, 256. UFC 256 was their fight. And I might actually watch that after I get off of here, because that was, like I said, one of the best fights I've ever watched. Went all 5 rounds. It was a draw, and it was a great fight. But Nate Diaz, Leon Edwards got moved onto that card in Phoenix, Arizona, Glendale, Arizona, June 12th. So Izzy Vittori, Figueiredo, Moreno, and Diaz Edwards. So 2 championship fights and a great fight in its own right. So in their place, from being the co-main on this card, they just got elevated from the spot before them on the main card, is T. Ferg, who I've been mentioned a few times before, and Beneil Dariush. And in that, I don't really have a lot of analysis on it. I think Dariush is going to get the win. I like Benny Dariush, so I think it's going to be it'll be a really fun fight though. Again, I don't know if Tony will get finished. I don't think he'll get finished. I think it'll be a decision, but I think Benny Dariush will get that's the thing. Tony doesn't quit, bro. Tony doesn't tap. He doesn't get knocked out. He gets TKO'd. Like when he got TKO'd versus Gaethje, he got TKO'd on his feet. Like Herb Dean has stepped in, like, nah, we're done. Step him aside, because he was shaking his head, got rocked again, so that was just that. But yeah, so I think I'm going to go with Benny Dariush on that one. I think Shabazian fights Hermanson, because I know that it's like Herme. And I think it's 2 S's instead of like an N and an S. Anyways, that's irrelevant. But they're fighting. That'll be a good fight. Not sure who's gonna win it, because I'm not gonna act like I've watched many of either of their fights. I just know they're pretty good middleweight fighters. Pretty sure they're in like the 10 to 6 range. I'm pretty sure that's where they're at. Shabazian, I'm pretty sure Shabazian's in the top 10. Same with Hermanson. So they're fighting. There is one more fight on this card. Edson Barbosa, that's who it is. Edson Barbosa, and I can't remember who he's fighting. But Edson Barbosa is also a really exciting fighter. That should be good. This card is going to be good. This is going to be a really good card. Like, UFC they're not slacking around. They got full crowds. They said, "No, we're putting on fireworks for you guys," and I love it. Speaking of, if you guys are into stocks, the one stock that I'm truly like, not really anymore. I used to be like, not even really a trader. I would just kind of get in and not have patience and try to get out. I just wanted to just shoot up and get out, but I'm not good at that. So I do have a couple of stocks right now. I have 1 share of Bank of America, maybe. I think it might be Bank of America or Wells Fargo. just some like low risk type of stocks. Which one is it? Oh, neither of those. It's Viacom CBS, which is kind of a steady stock. Its 52-week high is 101. 52-week low is 16, so that's not the best. But the week high is 101. When's the last time? When did it hit that? And it hit that in March of this year. So it just kind of went down. April 1st it went down. But I guess that's kind of like where it's at, though. I guess this is over the pandemic, but yeah, it shot up really quick and then kind of went back down. So it's around 40 now. We'll see what happens with it. And the UFC went public. Of course, it's not UFC. It's under its owner Endeavor, which is a different group. So I invested in that. I got it around a little below 5 shares at 26. Do not ring. It rang. At $26.44. I'm up about a little over $17 in that. And yeah, it opened up around 23 something and it's got up to 32. But I think, like, I'm no stock guru. This is not, please never take freaking financial advice from me. I don't know. I'm just talking about this because it's something that's going on. But yeah, I think that wouldn't be a bad investment endeavor just because of what the UFC is doing. It's just gained so much momentum over the pandemic, and it gained new fans like me, kept its old fans. It's just gonna get even better with the amount of popularity that it's gained. Being the first into full stadiums and stuff like that, it's only gonna get better, man. So yeah, I guess that's my stock advice for the year. Do not ever come to me. Don't ever come to me asking for stock advice, because I'm gonna be like, bro, I'm losing money like you. Nah, I don't want to be losing money, but I wouldn't give you any advice. I just tell you what I'm doing. If you want to do it, go ahead. But yeah, and then before I got on here, I was looking at, because I have a little bit of Ethereum Classic, which is not Ethereum exactly. It's a different type of Ethereum. And I looked at that. There's a whole story about me and Dogecoin. All right. As you can see by these glasses, I did not hold when I got it at 2 cents. 2 cents? 5 cents? I think it was around 25. I think I got it around 2.5 cents some months ago. I did not hold it. Okay, I had like 585 shares. Did not hold it. Shot up to 20 cents. I was like, ooh. So I bought some. Sold it for about $5 gain or something like that. And then it shot up again. It shot up again. Went up to around 40 something. I think I got it around 50 cents. I bought $50 at 50 cents. Then it went up to 60 cents. And I was like, and I saw something on someone's Instagram, and it said, Dogecoin is set to drop after Elon Musk goes on SNL. Hold if you want, but it's going to drop right there. So I saw that. I was like, that makes sense. So I sold mine for about a $10 profit, which I was okay with. I was like, okay, $10. And what do you know? It went up to about 70. I was like, you know what? I'm not mad. I'm okay. I could have made 20, but hey, it is what it is. Elon went on SNL, went down to about 50. So that's where it's been hovering. Around 49, 50 cents. And then just now, and I bought, this is like the story of me in stocks. This is why I wish I never got into it. Not really. It's been a cool experience. I got into Ethereum Classic around 125. Literally an hour later, it's around like 109. So I'm like, dang, I could have just waited, got it there. But I'm still okay with it, because I think this could be something like, I think it could be something that shoots up to around 200. If it gets to 200, I'm just gonna sell it. 200, sell it. Get it out of my face. But yeah, I saw that dropped to like 87. So if you're into crypto, you might want to give that a look. Ethereum Classic ETC, not ETH, was Ethereum. I had some Ethereum at 2,000 like 2 weeks ago. I had some Ethereum, like ETH Ethereum at 2,000 something, and I sold it because I don't have patience. I sold it, and now it's up to like 4,000. Of course, I didn't buy a whole Ethereum coin. I bought like a portion of it, so I would have doubled my money if I just held on to it for a little bit. But even still now, you could get into Ethereum. I want to see if it drops down a little bit. Maybe if it drops down to like 3,000, then I'll put some more. I'll buy a little piece of some. But yeah, that's something that you would want to just put your money in and ignore it for a year, 2 years. Just ignore it because it's going to shoot up to like 10,000 or something like that. Do not listen to me on that. Do not write that down. Do not write that down that Ethereum is going to go up to 10,000 in the next 12 months. Because I don't know. That's just something that I kind of, sounds like it. I would believe it. Sounds like it would make sense. Sounds like something that could happen. But yeah, I would, if I had the money to buy an Ethereum coin, like a full Ethereum coin, especially when it was at 2,000, I would have bought it and just kept it. But I only put like $20 or something into it, so I wasn't like that. I wasn't that deep into it. Especially with that, you put $20 into it, and the amount that it moves for a percentage isn't a lot at all. But and I didn't just sell it and then take it out and put it in my wallet. And I just sold it, had it on the app. I think I might have put that into Endeavor. So I think that's what I used to fund that. But yeah, it's an interesting world. So doing this kind of stuff, I'm never gonna stop making fun of people who do Forex just because it's a funny thing to make a joke about. But it's definitely a grind. It's definitely not something that's easy for people to do. So it's definitely if you make a quality living off of Forex and stuff like that, hey, more power to you. Do your thing. Do your thing. I love it. I love it for you. If you like it, I love it. You feel me? But you're still gonna get the jokes though. And stop coming into my comments, into my DMs, talking about, would you like financial freedom and the life on your own? I don't know. Okay, I don't want to do what you're doing, because you just came at me like that, like you just came at me like that, like I'm a slouch or something. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. Nah, but those are funny though. Like how they just kind of pop up in your DMs like, hi. Them and sugar mamas are the worst. They're the worst. Because they come in so nice and they mean so, they look like they mean so much good. Like, hi, do you ever want to do this, that, and the third? Or the sugar mamas come in like, hi. I think they just say hi and they just wait for you to reply, and then I never reply to them. Sometimes I think about it and I want to just be funny, but I'm just like, nah. I don't want to waste her time. I'll let her go, or her or him. I don't know who's behind that screen. I'll just let them go ahead on to the next one. Maybe they'll have more success with them. I think a lot of times they're scammers though, because you start talking about Cash App and they want you to give me your bank information. Like, no, we're not doing that. Send it to the Cash App. Send it to the PayPal. We're not doing, no, we're not doing the stuff that you need my bank account number. What? No. Are you crazy? Are you dumb? But yeah, social media is a crazy place. Social media is a crazy place, man. And one day I'm just going to disappear from it. I'm just going to disappear from social media. That would be a beautiful day. You know why? Because that means I'm doing something else with my life instead of looking at social media. And hey, maybe I'll just get on social media to do like one thing and then just maybe I could become one of those people who post and put down, You go on there, you post, you don't even scroll. Like you don't even follow, like people who have like 900,000 followers and they're following one person. That I wish I could be like that. Like I just post and forget about it, because like I don't do anything on the app anyways, so there's nothing for me to look at. And like the one account I follow is like my business account or something like that. But yeah, I didn't want to get off of UFC right now this quickly, but I'll make it quick. I'll make it very, very quick, because I know this is not what you guys come here for. I don't know what you guys come here for, honestly. If you don't come here for me to rant about, ooh, I do remember. I do want to talk about that. Or I do want to do that. All right. So, I was watching a Chael Sonnen video. Is it Sonnen or Sonnen? I don't know. But he brought up the idea that Conor McGregor should fight Jorge Masvidal for the BMF title. And I love that. Oh my goodness. That is beautiful. Given he said that in the past, Dana White has said that he wouldn't put Conor McGregor in there with Jorge Masvidal because Jorge Masvidal, he said Jorge was too big. Way too much for Conor. But I would want to see that right now. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to see it more if he came off of a win versus Dustin. I think, because does Conor want that? His argument was, does Conor even want that lightweight belt? He's already had it. He's at the 145. Does he want that? Given Conor going up to 170 to fight Usman. Oh, that wouldn't be bad, though. That wouldn't be bad, given Usman is a different animal than Jorge Masvidal. We just saw that. But the strength disparity would be different. But, I mean, Conor's striking would be different. But I don't know. We're not going to go to that point. We're talking about him versus Masvidal, and I think that would be a great idea if they ever wanted to do it. They made that a pay-per-view. I would pay for it if I had the cash. I would pay for it, but at the moment now, I'm going to stream it. I'm going to pay for it, and I'm paying for this weekend's too, and the weekend not after that, because it's probably just going to be a fight night, and I do have ESPN Plus, so I will not. Well, my friend has ESPN Plus, and I use her account, so someone's paying for me to watch that, but not. Anyways, something else happened. As you can see right there. I'm a Florida Gator fan. If you've been paying attention to NFL news, something important happened with one of the most iconic Florida Gators ever. Timothy Tebow has been signed by the Jacksonville Jaguars to play tight end. And I saw people were like, I don't understand why people were outraged about this, okay? Like, I understand why you think it's that type of big deal. But at the same time, I think it's very dumb of you to get very hyped up over this. And the dumbest thing that I saw was people comparing this to the reason why Kaepernick doesn't have a job. I'm not saying Kaepernick shouldn't have a job. Blake Bortles got signed today, okay? So you guys should be more outraged about that than Tim Tebow being signed to the Jaguars to play tight end, okay? Where are the people mad that Blake Bortles just got a contract, okay? That is, you guys are outraged about the wrong thing. This is why we can't go anywhere, okay? This is why we can't get anywhere on this. We gotta align with the actual problems. The problem is not that Tim Tebow got a job. The problem is that Blake Bortles just got a job, okay? That is the real thing. That is the real thing that is the problem. But yeah, people are saying, oh, Tim Tebow got a job, taking a job away from a tight end who's actually been waiting for it, this, that, and the third. But but Kaepernick still doesn't have a job. I mean, it's just kind of pointless at this point. I mean, it's Urban Meyer. What do you think? He's been signing Ohio State players like this whole off season, players who he coached. Of course, like Tim Tebow was like, "Hey, I want to come play tight end." He does some workouts. So allegedly, Urban Meyer wasn't even there, but he did some workouts. They said, "Hey, come back, work on this before you come back, but come back." He worked on it. They said he looked good out there. They said he looked good. You think Urban Meyer is not going to sign him? Man. But yeah, I'm excited to see it because now Tebow is not going to be out there looking like I really wanted to make a Christ joke right there. I wanted to. He's not gonna be out there looking like Christ Kittle, okay? Okay. I wanted at first. It was supposed to be Travis Kelce, but I couldn't. Christ Kittle. He's not gonna be out there looking like Christ Kittle. All right. He's not gonna be out there looking like Kyle Pitts. No. I don't know what he's gonna do, honestly, but he'll do something. You know what he's definitely gonna do? He's definitely gonna be back there in the Wildcat on 3rd and 2. Give him the ball. QB power on 2nd and goal from the 3. Give him to Tim Tebow. Oh, you've been Tim Tebow on 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1 all game. You think, oh, we're at the goal line. It's got to be another QB pop. Boop, pop it over the top. Jump pass. What are we in 2008? No, it's 2021. And we're doing Tebow pop passes in Jacksonville, the city he played. He wasn't born. He was born overseas because his family was Anyways. His city of Jacksonville. Pop pass to Trevor Lawrence. Just kidding. That would be terrible. Urban Meyer would deserve to be fired if he had Tim Tebow throw a pass to Trevor Lawrence. No, don't do that. Do not do that. But yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun to watch. Look at the NFL trying to be fun again. The NFL draft is also something that passed. And if you were here in this apartment with me and my roommate, you would know that I really wanted to grab another one, but I remember it's gonna put me on injured reserve for the next 5 minutes. But yeah, I guess like the first, I'd say 10 out of the 10 out of the 11, 10 out of the first 11 picks, I guess, right. And I only didn't guess the 49ers pick because 1, I wasn't paying attention, and then 2, I saw the tweet before they announced it. Adam Schefter's. I got to know the Shefty noties on, so I saw that before the pick was announced, so I didn't count that. But all the other ones up to like, I think pick 10. I think I stopped watching that pick 10 because I think Michael Parsons went. Michael Parsons went 12, so I did go up to 11. I had those. I had that right. My boy Kyle Pitts went to the Falcons. I really want to get the white one. I want to get that white 8 Pitts. I want to get it stitched. That's the thing, man. I like the stitched jerseys. I don't really like the press on ones. So that would be really cool to get one of those. But I want to. It'll be interesting to see what they do if they keep Julio, which they probably shouldn't. They should probably trade him. But depends on what they want to do because that defense is still bad. You know, you can put up 50 points, but if the other team's scoring 60, that's not good for business. Terrible for business. So yeah, that'll be an exciting team to watch. The Bengals said, F Joe Burrow's knee. We're getting you Jamar Chase. But they did go out in free agency, sign a O-lineman. They had Jonah Williams from a couple years ago, maybe even last year. They got rid of, I can't think of his name. Bobby Hart. They got rid of Bobby Hart, but guess where Bobby Hart is at? My Buffalo Bills, which I don't like. I don't like Bobby. I don't know him. I don't know Bobby Hart, so I'm not gonna say I don't like him. I'm not a fan of his game, though. I am not a fan of his game. I think every time I watched the Bengals, he was giving up a sack. I think so. I'm not the biggest fan of his, but hey, I know we don't need him to start, but if he comes in and has to play some playing relief of somebody, and I hope he does great. I hope he does really well. But yeah, they got Jamar Chase, which will be exciting. That'll be a really fun receiver core for the years to come. I don't know how many years Tyler Boyd has left because he wasn't a first round pick, I don't believe. So they aren't going to be able to pick up his 5th-year option. So they'll have Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase. And then, of course, they got Joe Mixon in the backfield. So it'll be a fun if they can keep Burrow protected. That'll be a fun offense to watch. That'll be a really fun fantasy team. I'd pick up Joe Burrow in fantasy. Wait a couple, probably start him early, honestly, before, and then just kind of keep him there just in case he does, just to see how the protection is working out. They're protecting him. That's an every week starter right there, Joe Burrow, because the weapons he has with Joe Mixon, the defense isn't bad too, which will only help getting them the ball more. I'm not saying they're about to go win the division or anything like that, but they'll be an exciting team. Kadarius Toney, I said he went earlier than I thought. I thought he was going to go mid-20s, but I knew he was going to go somewhere in the 20 range. He went to the Giants. I like that. Give Daniel Jones some more weapons. They got him. Already got Saquon Barkley coming back. I don't know if Wayne Gallman is still on the team. If he is, I hope he is, because that's a good 1-2 punch. Wayne Gallman played pretty well when Saquon was out, especially in the later half of the season. And went out. They already have. Oh my goodness. I can't think of his name. Darius. I can't think of his name. Darius Slayton. They already have Darius Slayton. Went out, got Kenny Galladay. Still got I'm Sterling Shepard. And now they got Kadarius Toney. That's a really nice offense. Evan Ingram, hopefully he can produce a little bit more, because he's already been producing a little bit. He needs to produce more. But, I mean, with a lot of weapons, this is your time to shine, for real. Go out there and get a big contract. I'm guessing this is a contract year for him. He could really use it. So yeah, I think the Giants could have a pretty fun team. The Dolphins got Jalen Waddle. I like that pick. Yeah. I'm happy they didn't get Kyle Pitts. Just because as a Bills fan, that would have been nasty. Actually, I wouldn't have mind watching Kyle, wanting to watch Kyle Pitts those 2 weeks, but it would have been hurtful seeing him dice up Tremaine Edmonds and Matt Milano like that, or Micah Hyde or Jordan Poyer. It would have hurt, because I like those guys a lot. Yeah, so I guess that's that on NFL. Do I want to do this right now? I was gonna go. I'm gonna give you guys a treat. I'm gonna make myself wait a week. Not even a week. I might make 2 episodes this week. I don't know. I don't really have a solid structure, but I was gonna rank the NBA teams 30 through 1 again off the top of the dome. I'm gonna do that this week. I know at the top would have been my Wizards. No, I'm just kidding. Probably would have been like the Suns are playing really well. The Sixers might have been up there. Harden just came back. I need to check on how they're doing. The Nets could have been up there. Would have been off the dome, so it wouldn't have been very analytical. Yeah. But like I just said, my Wizards are playing really well. Russell Westbrook is playing he's playing like an MVP, you know. There was a stat. I just want to find it, because he won Eastern Conference Player of the Month, Player of the Week, and even his monthly stats were ridiculous, man. Like, ridiculous. Now I'm gonna tell you guys. That's not it. Where is it? Here we go. Eastern Conference Player of the Week. Listen to this. We went 3-1. We, the Wizards. 22 points per game, 18.3 assists, 17.3 rebounds on 45% shooting. He had 4 triple-doubles in 4 games. That is a ridiculous stat line. Like, make a point guard on 2K, play on Hall of Fame, and Yeah, play on Hall of Fame and try to get 22, 18, and 17 over a week. That's crazy. And it's like watching Russ actually play for my team where I actually watch the plays. And I still don't watch full NBA games a lot. Don't judge me. But these rebounds aren't just like, oh, everyone get out the way. Russ got this one. No, he's going down there. He's grabbing them. He's getting offensive boards. This man hustles like no other. And I'm so happy because at the beginning of the year, I was doubting him. I was like, he's not playing well. This is terrible. He was hurt. He had a quad injury. He rested up. Quad injury healed up. And I knew it right when he came back because he was back dunking. He was back explosive. At the beginning of the year when he had the injury, he wasn't dunking anything. He was just doing layups. And I was like, this isn't the Russ I know. This isn't the Russ we love. But he came back to be the Russ we love. And I love that. We're about to get that. I don't know. Hopefully we can get the 8th spot. Ooh. Oh, but maybe I do. Maybe I do want to see this get that 7th, the 8th spot, playing tournament, win that. We get the 7th seed. Maybe I do want to see us versus the Nets. Not because I would pick us versus the Nets. Obviously, I'd still pick the Nets because they're my pick to win the national championship, NBA championship. But I would just want to see those games. I'd watch every second of those games. Russ, Brad, KD, Kyrie, James Harden. Why would you not want to watch that? Those would be exciting games. Those would be entertaining games, exciting games, high intensity games. Even if it's 4-0, those would still be high intensity games. And I think we'd still win. Maybe even 2. We beat them a couple times in the regular season. Of course, they weren't at full strength, which is an interesting topic. The Nets in the playoffs, because if they are full strength, this will be like the first time maybe all year that they've been all healthy at the same time, because one goes down, and usually it's been one goes down, Harden goes down, KD comes back. It's KD and Kyrie. KD goes down, Harden comes back. Harden, Kyrie goes, Kyrie things. Just Harden. KD comes back. Harden goes down. Kyrie comes back. It's been a lot of shuffling with just the 2 out of 3 or 1 out of 3. Hasn't really been 3 out of 3. But when they all come back, I think they're gonna hit the ground running, especially in the playoffs. So this was fun. Man, this was a good time. Happy to be back. See you guys next time. Peace.
Got your bitch on the ropes, what you know about it?
Do say drive the boat, what you know about it?
Flew me out to the coast, what you know about it?
Broken heart, face tap, what you know about it? 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 What you know about it?
What you know about king shit, throne coming. Hit me for the night if she